They say talk is cheap, but for Larry Bird, it was his currency. The Hick from French Lick wasn't just a 3-time Celtic champion. He was the undisputed king of trash talk, earning the nickname Larry Legend for a reason. When it comes to verbal jabs and psychological warfare, Larry Legend took it to a whole new level. A man so confident, so fearless, that he'd tell his opponents how nice he was before, during, and after he worked his magic against them. Today, we're delving into the best Larry Bird revenge stories ever told. Stories that go beyond the stat sheet and into the very fabric of NBA lore. His words echoed in the minds of opponents, living rent-free and haunting them long after the final buzzer. Let's dive in. Pat Riley once said, "If I had to choose a player to take a shot to save a game, I'd choose Michael Jordan. If I had to choose a player to take a shot to save my life, I'd take Larry Bird." Now let that sink in. The clock winding down, the crowd is on their feet, and Pat Riley looks to Larry Bird to be the hero in a life or death situation. The stake has never been higher, and the player that he's trusting with his life isn't MJ, it's Larry freaking Bird. But why Larry? Why does Riley trust him with something as monumental as life itself? Well, my friends, that's where the revenge stories come in, and you won't believe the intensity and fire behind these tales. MJ's take. We all know Michael Jordan is no stranger to jaw-jacking on the court, but MJ gives credit where credit is due, and he bows down to Bird for schooling him in the fine art of psychological warfare. In an interview, he said, "Larry Bird is the greatest trash talker and mind game player of all time. He taught me everything I know about getting in folks' heads." Now that's some serious respect. Ben Bouquet. Larry Bird was a baller, and when it came to defenders, he didn't discriminate based on race. Well, mostly. In his own words, "As far as playing, I didn't care who guarded me. Red, yellow, black, I just didn't want a white guy guarding me because it's disrespect to my game." Now, that's a bold statement, and it became crystal clear during a 1987 game against the Chicago Bulls. Larry Legend was facing off against the Bulls, and Ben Bouquet, a white player, stepped up to guard him. Bird, with a smirk, looks at head coach Doug Collins and says, "Ben Bouquet, are you kidding me?" He then dropped a jaw-dropping 41 points, proving that for him, it was personal when a fellow white player dared to guard him. Ice in his veins, indeed. Merry Christmas. Who remembers Chuck Person? Well, he also became a victim of Bird's mind games during the holiday season. Before a showdown between the Celtics and the Pacers, Bird strode over to Person and dropped a bomb. "I've got a Christmas present for you," he said with that sly Larry grin. Mid-game, with Person chilling on the bench, Bird pulled up from behind the arc, drained the shot, and in the moment that's pure Larry Bird, he looked at Person and said, "Merry freaking Christmas." That's not just a three-pointer, it's a holiday roast, served with a side of swish. Dominique Wilkins. Now let's rewind to Dominique Wilkins' rookie season. The young blood is eager and ready to make a mark in the league. He extends a friendly hand to Larry Bird before tip-off. And what does Bird do? Stone-face, hands behind his back, and a blunt declaration. "You don't belong in this league, Holmes." Bird then proceeds to rain threes on Wilkins, questioning why he's even guarding him. But Neek wasn't having it. He charges down the court on a break, and with Bird backpedaling, he takes flight, slamming it right through the rim. Bird hits the basket's support, and for a moment, it seems like the rookie got the upper hand. But this is Larry Bird we're talking about. Wilkins recalls. He got up and said, "I like you, rookie. You've got guts." I was happy for a second, and then he said, "But I'm still going for 40 on you tonight." Magic Johnson. The Magic-Larry rivalry was always electric, but this particular episode shows Bird's relentless competitive spirit. Even when his rival was down, Bird didn't miss the chance to let him know who owned the court. Magic revealed in an ESPN interview, "I was hurt, sitting on the bench. Larry strolls by doing warm-ups and drops his gem. Don't worry, Irvin. I'm gonna put on a show for you." And Bird put on a show. He scored a whopping 40 points, missing only 2 shots. That's classic Larry. Clyde Drexler. Now, let's talk about Clyde Drexler. The man thought he could handle Bird during his rookie year. The audacity of youth. Little did he know, he was about to receive a masterclass in humility from the man himself. Drexler recalled, "I was guarding him my rookie year. He looks at me and he goes, 'You can't stop me.' I looked at him and I said, 'Gosh, boy, you're so confident.' He goes, 'Confident? You're a rookie. You don't know anything.' He proceeded to score like 10 straight points on me." Coach takes Clyde out of the game, and Larry walks by, laughing at him, practically writing the first chapter of Drexler's NBA education. Three-point contest. And who can forget the 1986 three-point contest? Bird didn't just participate, he owned it. Larry, warm-up jacket on, looks at the competition and says, "I want all of you to know I'm winning this thing. Who's playing for second?" And he backed up every word. In '88, he made 8 of his final 10 shots, trailing by 1 point. Money ball in the air, and before it even switched through the net, Bird sticks his finger up and walks off the court. Because, well, he knew it was money. The Phoenix Suns. Now, playing alongside Bird wasn't a walk in the park. Sure, the coaches would draw up plays, but let's be real. When Larry spoke, everyone listened. And in one epic moment, he decided to toss the playbook out the window and put the team on his back. So, there they were, down by 2, clock ticking away. But Larry had other plans. Ignoring the carefully crafted play, he declares to the Phoenix bench, Yeah, I'm gonna bust the 3 on you guys and just go home. I'm tired of this. I mean, who talks like that in the middle of a game? Mikhail recalls. And he gets the ball, jumps out, busts the play, comes out, gets the ball at the slot, shoots the ball. As the ball is in the air, he kind of turns towards the Phoenix bench and yells, "Told you so!" And he starts running to the locker room, and it went in. And I just started laughing. Even on a night when Bird's performance had a hand in the Celtics' fourth quarter collapse, he still dared to opt for the game-winning 3, when a simple 2 would have sufficed. That's Larry Bird for you. A man who not only talks the talk, but walks it with an unmatched swagger. Brad Daugherty. Brad Daugherty also got a taste of it firsthand. Brad Daugherty recalls. Bird catches the ball in the corner, and I take off running at him. Right when he's getting ready to shoot, I jump, and as I go by him, he tells me, "Fly, Bird," and I go right by him. He shoots the ball, and it's nothing but nylon. Chuck Daly and Dennis Rodman. Bird was a certified trash talker who feared no one, not even the notorious Dennis Rodman. In the matchup between the Pistons and the Celtics, Rodman was assigned the daunting task of guarding Larry Legend. Spoiler alert, it didn't go well for the worm. Bird goes on a tear, knocking down 4 consecutive baskets on Rodman's face. And as if that wasn't enough, he strolls over to the Pistons head coach, Chuck Daly, and says, "Who's guarding me, Chuck? Is anyone guarding me? You better get someone on me, or I'm gonna go for 60. Larry wasn't done. With Rodman all over him, Bird's trash talk reaches new heights. "I'm open. Hurry up before they notice. Nobody is guarding me." The Bird fires another smooth jumper in Rodman's grill, followed by Bird casually strolling back to Daly. "Coach, you better get this guy out and send in somebody who's gonna D me up, because it's too easy when I'm wide open like this." Ice cold. Rodney Rogers. You see, after the college stars pulled off the unthinkable and handed the dream team a loss, Rodney Rogers let the trash talk flow, and he directed it straight at Larry Legend. Big mistake. Fast forward to the next day's practice, and the dream team, fueled by the sting of that unexpected defeat, was out for blood. According to Chris Webber, the intensity was off the charts, Webber recalls. "We didn't score a bucket. That's when I really knew there was a difference in the NBA and college because of the drills of the 9. But here's where it gets spicy. Larry Bird sees the opportunity to teach Rodney Rogers a lesson. Bird, in the corner, pump fakes, and Rogers takes the bait. Larry then utters those unforgettable words, "Welcome to the Parachute Club," and drains a 3 right in Rogers' face. Now that's what I call poetic justice on the hardwood. Larry Legend turned a practice session into a revenge masterpiece. Horace Grant. The notorious Horace Grant once thought he could get under Larry's skin, chirping about how he wouldn't score. Classic mistake. Grant recalls, "I remember him then telling me exactly what he was going to do to me. He says he's going to fake me left, and then he's going to shoot a right-handed hook over me. And then he goes and does it and scores." The NBA has never seen a player quite like Larry Legend, and these tales of payback only solidify his status as one of the greatest to ever grace the hardwood. And hey, speaking of Larry Bird's impact on the game, our next video is a must-watch. We're delving into the NBA legends and players who were downright scared of going head-to-head with Larry Legend. Trust me, you don't want to miss the stories and reactions that define a generation of basketball. So, don't wander too far off. Click on the link popping up on your screen. Until the next one, keep it locked right here for the best in NBA stories. Chill.